Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever and wherever you are. I'm Hummus28, and today we're continuing our look at the HBM mod for Minecraft 1.7.10, Part 2. Now, as we left off in the first part, looking at the weapons, as you can see, the crater from the gun range is still there. The turret's still fully functioning. We're going to be taking a look at the low-tier explosives and gauging their respective powers. Now, to start with the explosives, you're going to need to look at the types of ores that will be found throughout the gameplay of this mod. You can see there's various ores here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 3, 18, 20 different ores that this adds, and possibly more. This doesn't show all of them, because if you notice, there's actually this thing right here that's quite an eyesore that doesn't look like it belongs here. Because it doesn't. It's a meteorite. These fall randomly. This one, for instance, contains some common ores. There's actually another one in the distance over there. I believe there was another one over there. They drop anywhere that they want to, making it quite dangerous, but nothing to be worried about. They are quite useful. Now, some of the things that comes along with this mod pack. This is the alloy furnace. It can be powered with lava, redstone, or coal, and it smelts and combines items. and is used to create things like steel, Minecraft grade copper, and neutron reflectors. Next up, we have the gas centrifuge, like so. It's used to separate the isotopes of uranium and plutonium. You're going to need this in order to develop those more heavy explosive explosives. Basically, yes, but you're going to need it to develop the materials required to build those heavy explosives. Next is this big boy over here, the cyclotron. You're going to use him to smash atoms together and create what is known as deuterium and stuff of that nature, the even greater level of explosives. There's also these tanks here. They're just used to store stuff, not much, just you put stuff in it and it stores it, such as plutonium, and this one's uranium. There's a breeding reactor here. You can use this to create a lot of power, because this mod does run on its own energy system. It does work, I believe, with other ones like Buildcraft Power and like RE Energy, RF, that kind of stuff, but you can use this kind of stuff. Now behind it, there are some multi-block structures. This one is the basic factory. No idea what it does, but it's there. Next up is the big nuclear reactor. You fill it with uranium juice, some batteries, that's how you get the energy out of it, water to cool it, and you fill this spot with your uranium. Next up, you have this big tower here. This is the Watts power plant, but it generates poisonous mud as a byproduct, very dangerous, releases a lot of heat, releases a lot of energy, it releases a lot of waste. And then next up you have this bad boy over here, the fusionary Watts plant, one of the most powerful energy generators in the mod. There are some that are even more powerful, but this one looks big and cool, which is why I built it. It's also quite simple to build stuff because of this nice tool right here. You can craft it. You place it down and it generates the layout of what blocks you need. So there's a nuclear reactor with a concrete casing in case it explodes, the fusion reactor with an internal coating in case it explodes, the Watts power plant, the fusionary Watts power plant, and back to the factory. Now that the fundamentals are out of the way, we can take a look at some of the low-tier explosives. So in this glass casing we have radioactive waste, highly explosive. It's in a glass casing because if you get in it, we're going to need some milk before I do this. You enter the range, which looks like a radius of 3 blocks. Your vision starts to fade and you gain slowness 2, poison 2, wither, and nausea. All effects that are really, really annoying because the screen starts spinning and you actually start to feel sick. Luckily, drinking milk, just like every other disease, is instantly cured by drinking milk. Next, the other explosives are as follows. The endothermic bomb, the det cord, the exothermic bomb, the levitation bomb, the flame war in a box, the explosive barrel, and the multi-purpose bomb. Look, it's even fancy. It has fins that, spaz out from the shading effect. It looks like a little shark. And it has room for whatever you'd like inside it. Let's take a look at their explosive power. Well, let's see. We're gonna start off with the radioactive one. In fact, you can actually, if you go to the NTM bombs and gear tab, these low tier explosives are all nicely ordered. So let's start with the flame war in a box. Now, I have been known to be quite unsafe with these explosives. Cough cough, the shooting range. So let's go into this desert spot over here and let's look at the comparative damage of these bombs. They aren't activated through redstone or, not redstone or something else. And you can activate them at range using an item that I forget the name of, but if I keep looking and talking while I do this to make it look like it seems like I know what I'm doing, I will find it in time. Here it is. The detonator. Wait, yes. Shift. Target incompatible or too far away. Let's just use the lever. Well, that was quite instant. There was no fire. I was expecting actual fire. Oh, wait. Now this crater wasn't here a moment ago. Neither was this one, nor that one. Oh, it actually has quite the large radius, as you can see. The game is struggling to realize what just happened. It looks like a cluster bomb of sorts, because I detonated it there, and it launched all around it as well. Yeah, look at the size of these craters. I was not expecting that. Yep, so that's a low tier explosive. Let's go to the next one. The levitation bomb. I wonder what this one will do. Let's find a more, less of an area full of holes. That way we can gauge just how big this one will be. Oh, and look, some free radioactive charges. Okay, this looks clear enough. Oh god. Okay, so that one actually doesn't have a big explosive charge, but does what the name says. It levitates everything else in the area. I wonder how this would work against something like stone. Let's detonate it on this and see what happens. See what parts of this will raise up. Okay, so the sand falls back down, and the rest of the building is now sitting up there. That's quite funny. The radius does not seem to be that large. So maybe 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's 6 plus that 5, 11. So only a radius of, say, 8. Rejuvenation device, that's not a bomb. The det core, oh, the endothermic bomb. I skipped right over. Now, it does say endothermic, so I expect it to do something with cold. Very small radius, as you can see. It only made a 1, 2, 3 radius hole. Let's see about its exothermic counterpart. Oh, but it did inflict me with weakness, slowness, and mining fatigue. Good thing we have that milk. So that one's more of a status effect bomb. Let's check out its brother, the exothermic bomb. Not much weakness. Maybe if I put wood. Let's see. What if I put wood around it? Put some wood around here, like so. Will it light this wood on fire? No, but it cooked this wood immediately into charcoal, and it cooked it immediately into charcoal. This is now burnt wood. So more useful in a force type setting. Rejuvenation device. I don't think this is a bomb. I wonder what it does. I saw that cactus appeared out of nowhere. What about this? Does it reset what the previous bomb did? Let's find out. Oh, well that building is now gone. I have no idea what it actually does, and I don't think I'll ever find out. The det cord. I wonder what this one does. Let's see, we have a bomb that resets time apparently. Okay, very small. But what if you link multiple together? See, so that's the use of this bomb. It doesn't have a very large range, but you can link it together with itself to get a bigger explosion area. Quite useful. Let's try the explosive charge. Probably functions the same way, but let's start with 1. And does not function the same way at all. It actually has a much larger explosion radius, and there's another meteorite falling from the sky. It's gonna cool down in a bit, but we don't even need to worry about that. So that was the explosive charge. Let's try the explosive barrel. I don't think you activate these the same way. Yeah, you don't, but they are basically dangerous next to other types of explosives. Let's try a det cord, which isn't very powerful by itself, but with this, let's see what happens. So as you can see, the range of the explosion was a lot larger than just the det cord by itself, but with 5 explosive barrels, the radius has increased a bit and it's on fire. Now let's try this with a radioactive barrel. I expect it to actually create some radiation. Put it right there, just far enough to not give me cancer, and let's use this det cord to fire it from a safe distance. And as I expected, the range was far greater than the explosive barrel, and there's now radioactive sand all over the area. Nothing will ever grow here, even more than it already wasn't. And that was all the explosives, all the low-tier explosives, excuse my French, because there aren't really too many. They're fun to mess with. I guess that flame war in a box is about the biggest one out of all these small ones. As you can see, the range on it was just massive. It was like a cluster bomb in a box. And because of that, that leaves the last one, the multi-purpose bomb. Now this one is quite fun. Break that, grab one in our inventory, because this one requires some TNT. It actually requires more than that, but I accidentally grabbed one. And let's go see around here. What makes the multi-purpose bomb so fun is that, let's see, let's grab more TNT. When you right click it, you're given this GUI that allows you to put stuff in. Now this multi-purpose bomb will always require 4 TNT, and then there's an extra 2 slots. Put whatever type of explosive you want in it. In this case, we're going to put 2 more TNT, and it says, yup, it's a big explosion. As demonstrated, like so. So it's pretty comparable to the nuclear one without the fallout. It did have some extra explosions in the area. You can just put the 4 TNT in it, but it's not quite as fun. As you can see, the radius was a lot smaller. So that was all the lower scale explosives available. In the next video, we're going to take a look at the more fun stuff, the missiles and the nuclear devices.